You wouldn't believe what I discovered when I opened that drawer. My ex-husband, Rohan, was getting married again. And he invited me to the wedding. Why would he do that? He wanted to show me how happy he was without me. He wanted me to feel small. But he did not know the truth. I kept a secret for 2 years. After our divorce, I did not stay poor. I worked hard. I built something big. I became the owner of the Grand Pearl Hotel. And guess where his wedding was? At the Grand Pearl Hotel. My hotel. I smiled when I read the invitation. He thought I was still the broke waitress he left. He thought I would cry at his wedding. But I planned something else. I would walk in like a guest. And when he saw me, he would not know what hit him. I wore my best black sari and gold earrings. I looked calm. But inside, my heart beat fast. This was my moment. The moment I had waited for. The moment he would learn that you do not humiliate someone who owns the building you are standing in. The invitation arrived in a thick cream envelope. My name was written in gold ink. Priya Sharma, it said. You are cordially invited to the wedding of Rohan Kapoor and Ananya Singh. I stared at the words. Rohan. My ex-husband. The man who told me I was not good enough. The man who said I was just a waitress and would never be anything more. He left me 2 years ago for a richer woman. But that wedding never happened. Now he was marrying someone else. And he wanted me to watch. I put the invitation on my kitchen table. I remembered the day he left. He stood at the door with his suitcase. You are a failure, Priya, he said. You work in a restaurant. You have no money. I want a better life. I cried that night. I cried for weeks. But then I stopped crying. I started working. I saved every rupee. I took a loan. I bought a small hotel that was failing. I fixed it. I made it beautiful. I bought another. And another. Now I owned 5 hotels. The Grand Pearl was my biggest one. I picked up my phone and called my manager. Ravi, I said. I need the guest list for the Kapoor wedding. He sent it to me. I saw my name. I was listed as a family friend. They did not know I owned the hotel. They thought I was still the waitress. I laughed. It was a quiet laugh, but it felt powerful. On the wedding day, I drove to the hotel. I parked my car in the staff parking. I did not want anyone to see me arrive. I walked through the back entrance. The hotel was beautiful. White flowers everywhere. Gold chairs. A long red carpet. The guests were already there, laughing and talking. I saw Rohan's mother. She used to say I was not good enough for her son. Now she wore a silk sari and smiled at everyone. I walked past her. She did not recognize me. Good. I found a seat in the back. I wanted to watch. I wanted to see his face when he saw me. The ceremony started. Rohan walked down the aisle. He looked happy. His new bride, Ananya, was beautiful. She wore a red lehenga with gold embroidery. They said their vows. Everyone clapped. I clapped too, slowly. Then came the reception. The DJ played loud music. People danced. I stood near the bar, sipping water. And then Rohan saw me. His eyes widened. He stopped smiling. He walked toward me. Priya, he said. What are you doing here? I smiled. You invited me, remember? He looked confused. I thought you would not come, he said. I thought you would be too ashamed. I laughed. Ashamed? Why would I be ashamed? I am happy for you. He did not believe me. He looked at my sari. It was simple. He thought I was still poor. You look the same, he said. Still working at that restaurant? I did not answer. I just smiled. Enjoy your evening, Rohan, I said. And I walked away. But I did not leave. I went to the hotel office. I sat in my chair and watched the security cameras. I saw him talking to his friends. He was laughing. Pointing at me. They were making fun of me. I felt anger. But I also felt calm. Because I knew what was coming. The reception continued. I watched from the office. Rohan was dancing with his new bride. His friends were drinking and laughing. Then the DJ stopped the music. The best man picked up the microphone. Time for the toast, he shouted. Everyone gathered around. Rohan stood in the center, holding a glass of champagne. Ananya stood beside him, smiling. The best man started speaking. Rohan is my best friend, he said. He is successful, rich, and smart. He deserves the best woman in the world. And he found her, Ananya. Everyone clapped. Then the best man looked at me. And we also have a special guest tonight, he said. Rohan's ex-wife, Priya. She came to see what she lost. People laughed. I felt my face get hot. But I did not move. Rohan took the microphone. Yes, Priya is here, he said. She used to be my wife. But she was not good enough. She was just a waitress. Now look at her. She is still a waitress. And look at me. I am marrying a rich woman. Life is funny, right? More laughter. I stood up. Everyone looked at me. I walked slowly to the center of the room. The music stopped. People whispered. I took the microphone from Rohan. He looked surprised. Thank you, Rohan, I said. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for reminding me of who I was. But you are wrong about who I am now. I paused. I looked at the guests. You see this hotel? I said. The Grand Pearl Hotel. It is beautiful, right? The flowers, the lights, the food. Everything is perfect. I turned to Rohan. Do you know who owns this hotel? He shook his head. I do, I said. I own it. I bought it 2 years ago. I own 5 hotels now. I am not a waitress anymore. I am your landlord. The room went silent. Rohan's face turned white. His mother dropped her glass. Ananya looked confused. What? Rohan said. That is not possible. You are lying. I smiled. Call the manager, I said. He will tell you. Ravi, my manager, walked out from the back. He stood next to me. Yes, Madam Priya is the owner, he said. She has owned this hotel for 18 months. Rohan's hand shook. But, the invitation. I booked through an agent, he said. I know, I said. I approved your booking myself. I wanted to see your face when you found out. The guests were whispering. Some were recording with their phones. Rohan looked at Ananya. She was crying. You told me you were rich, she said. You told me you paid for everything yourself. But your ex-wife owns the venue? You are a liar. She threw her bouquet at him and ran out. Rohan tried to follow her, but I stopped him. Wait, I said. There is one more thing. I pulled out a document from my bag. This is the contract for the wedding. It says the payment is due tonight. Cash or bank transfer. If you do not pay, I will call the police. Rohan's eyes were wide. How much? He asked. 50 lakh rupees, I said. You can pay now, or you can go to jail for fraud. Your choice. He fell to his knees. Please, Priya, he begged. I am sorry. I was stupid. I did not know. I looked down at him. You had your chance to be kind, I said. But you chose to humiliate me. Now you know what it feels like. I turned and walked away. The guests parted like the sea. I did not look back. I walked to my office. My heart was beating fast, but I felt free. I sat down and took a deep breath. Ravi came in. Madam, the police are here, he said. Rohan tried to run. He did not have the money. They arrested him. I nodded. Good. Let him learn his lesson. I looked at the security monitors. I saw Rohan being led out in handcuffs. His mother was crying. His friends were silent. Some guests were leaving. Others were taking pictures. It was a mess. But I did not feel sorry. He had hurt me. He had laughed at me. Now he knew what it felt like to lose everything. Then I saw something on the monitor. A woman was standing near the exit. It was Ananya, the bride. She was not crying anymore. She was talking to someone on the phone. She looked calm. I felt curious. I went down to talk to her. Ananya, I said. She turned around. Oh, Priya, she said. I am sorry about all this. I shook my head. It is not your fault. You did not know what he was. She smiled. Actually, I did know. I just did not want to believe it. She paused. Can I tell you something? I nodded. I am not rich, she said. My family is middle class. Rohan thought I was rich because my uncle owns a big company. But my uncle does not give us money. Rohan wanted to marry me for my connections. He thought I could help him get a job. But I found out the truth last week. I was going to call off the wedding. But then I heard you owned the hotel. And I decided to let it happen. I wanted to see him fall. I stared at her. You knew? She nodded. I saw your name on the hotel documents. I did some research. I knew you were the owner. I wanted to see what you would do. I laughed. So we both played him. She smiled. Yes. And we won. We sat down together. The hotel staff brought us tea. The guests were gone. The wedding was over. But I felt a strange peace. I had my revenge. And I had made a new friend. What will you do now? I asked Ananya. She shrugged. Go home. Start over. Maybe find a man who does not lie. I nodded. That sounds like a good plan. She looked at me. What about you? I smiled. I will keep building my hotels. And I will never let anyone make me feel small again. We finished our tea. Then Ananya stood up. Thank you, Priya, she said. For showing me that karma is real. I watched her walk away. The hotel was quiet now. The flowers were still fresh. The lights were still on. But everything had changed. That night, I stayed at the hotel until midnight. I walked through the empty ballroom. The white flowers were still on the tables. The gold chairs were stacked in the corner. I touched one of the petals. It was soft. I thought about my journey. 2 years ago, I was a waitress crying in a small apartment. Now I owned this beautiful place. And I had just taught my ex-husband a lesson he would never forget. I learned something important that day. Revenge is sweet, but it is not the goal. The goal is to become the person who does not need revenge. I did not plan to humiliate Rohan. I planned to succeed. His humiliation was just a bonus. I worked hard because I wanted a better life for myself. Not to prove him wrong, but to prove myself right. If you are watching this story, remember, people will try to make you feel small. They will laugh at you. They will say you are not good enough. But do not listen. Keep working. Keep believing. One day, you will own the room they are standing in. And you will not need to say a word. Your success will speak for itself. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it inspires you to never give up. Because the best revenge is a life well lived. And remember, karma always finds a way.